Hi everybody, welcome to Saturday Night Live Art Shows and especially this special edition of Fall Fest. My name is Marianne Benoit and I'm joining you from Seward, Alaska. I'm really happy to be here and be able to share some of my art, which is called fractal art, with you. So fractal art is digital art, and you can see some of on the wall behind me. And I created this series of 3 pieces of art to go together and called it A Passion for Purple. So I'm an interior designer and I specialize in e-design, which is basically online interior design or digital design. And so I often create art to either go into, excuse me, a room that I've designed, or sometimes I'll create the art first and I'll create an interior design to highlight that art. And so you're probably wondering, well, what is fractal art? Anyway, you've probably never heard of it. And so, like I say, fractal art is digital art, which means I create it on my computer rather than painting it, for example. And that might sound a little strange, and it might sound a little, I don't know, possibly boring because it's on a computer rather than done by hand. But when it comes right down to it, fractal art is really like magic. It's like working with magic. So, for example, say you were to look into a kaleidoscope and you're looking at all the beautiful colors and textures and the movement and the patterns, and you're enjoying the beauty of the kaleidoscope. And then all of a sudden you could find that you could actually go inside the kaleidoscope and you could travel around and you could go anywhere that you wanted to go. Wouldn't that be cool? And then you might find that once you're in the kaleidoscope, you could stop any place you want and visit for a while. And once you're there, you could change the colors to suit what your taste is. You could change the patterns, you could change the textures, you could change the lighting, you could change almost anything that you want. And when you get that place perfect for you, then you can take a snapshot of that beautiful creation that you just made. And with that creation, you could create art for your wall, or you could create a pillow for your couch, or curtains for your wall, or furniture, or really anything that you want. And so that's what fractal art is like when you're working with it. You have this amazing ability to work with intense, beautiful colors, amazing, intricate patterns, and to control every aspect of it so that you get what you want. So, for example, I'm going to just show you what I'm talking about. Let's take a little trip and we'll go into the kaleidoscope. Let's see, I made a little video to show you what it's like. Okay, so first of all, here we are going into the kaleidoscope. We have this world that we could just go in here and move around and explore and pick any place that we want to look at more. And when we look at it, we can continue to zoom in as close as we want. It feels like it's infinite. And just keep looking in more and more detail what that looks like. And we can move around to different places, zoom in more and more. I know, it's really wild, isn't it? And so it just seems like there's no end to how much detail you can zoom in, and every place that you zoom in on is just more intricate and amazing, and it's hard to describe and put into words until you work with it. So that's the first step, is you move around, you find a place that you really like, and you want to play with some more, and then finally you find a place to stop. And then once you are in a place, I'll show you a little bit of an example. Okay, in this example, we've stopped in a certain place, and now I'm just kind of playing around with the textures and the color a little bit, and the light and the shine. And eventually, you get to a place where you have created something that you really like, and you have to say stop and freeze it at a certain place and create your design. Uh, and as another artist friend, Joan Marie, once said, what was it? With abstracts, you have to know when to stop, because if you keep going, sometimes you can ruin it. So finding a perfect place to stop is part of the beauty of the fractal art. So bottom line is, in this case, I created the room first, and then I created this art to go with it. And the reason I was doing this is I like to work with global styles, which is basically interior design styles from many different parts of the world, like Turkish style, Moroccan, and Greek, and Mexican, and Indian, and things like that. Mainly because I like the rich colors. I like a lot of the handmade artisan details that are in a lot of those designs. And every one of these styles has certain colors that they tend to work with. But I was kind of exploring the options and checking into what different countries like to use purple, for example. And I was looking at the energy that different color brings to design. So, for example, when you look at purple on the color wheel, you look at its neighbors, which are blue and red, and purple can take on some of the characteristics of each. So, for example, blue is a very calm and relaxing color which you find in nature, like in water and the sky and things like that. Then again, on the other side, red is uh, a color that can often feel very stimulating and energetic and passionate. And so with purple, when you look at how purple has been used throughout history, a lot of times it's been considered a status symbol of wealth and royalty. Plus, it's also been used in religion a lot. And there's a link with purple to spirituality and mysticism. Some people believe that it inspires creativity. And so purple is extremely versatile in its meaning, and it connects a wide range of people. It's a very complex color. So I wanted my art for this room to reflect that complexity of the purple, and in some ways for it to be calm, yet vibrant, mysterious, spiritual, and maybe elegant at the same time. So when I first I designed these pieces and put in the room, I felt like I really liked the way uh, the dark, rich purple colors kind of helped ground um, this room, yet the light purple kind of glowed with this serene energy. And I feel like the art in this room feels very calming in a lot of ways. And so I started thinking about um, how this art affected the energy of this room, and started to wonder how maybe different art would affect the energy. So I played around with this idea a little bit, and I invited some fellow artist friends who are part of Saturday Night Live art shows to contribute some art that I could put in the room that belonged to them. So, for example, I invited Brooke Harper, who is the creator of Saturday Night Live art shows, to put one of her paintings, Buzz and Flow, into the room, and also Joan Marie to put her painting Eugenesis into the room. And I found that changing the art really changes the energy, and it makes a big difference in how you feel. And if you're trying to create your perfect space, important things for you to consider are the colors in your room and the art. It's all very personal. It all changes the energy and how you feel. And I guess the question is, changing the art can change the energy. How do you want to feel in your room? So I guess the moral of this story is art's really important, color's really important. There's a lot of amazing artists that are going to be in the Saturday Night Live art show. I hope you will check them all out and consider how some of their art could feel in your room and how you want to feel. And if you're interested, you're welcome to come and visit my website. And my company is called Northern Lights Home Staging and Design. My website is www.northernlightstaging.com, and I'd love to work with you, either creating interior design for you or some custom fractal art for your room. So thanks for listening. Until next time, bye-bye.